Hello queens, it's me again and I'm back at y'all with another client slay. And like all the other videos, we're jumping straight into it. I'm gonna start this video off by cleaning my client's face, and to clean her face I'm using some witch hazel. Once her face is clean, we're just gonna begin her eyebrows. So I'm taking my Nicka K black brown eyebrow pencil and I'm using this to outline her brows. If you watch my videos frequently, then you already know that I love to extend the front of the eyebrows. This is just something I like to do. You don't have to do this at all. And while I was recording this video, I knew that I was going to be doing something dramatic for the simple fact that we filmed this on Halloween, y'all. So when I recorded this video, it was Halloween and I was like, I want to do something dramatic, but I don't want to do anything scary. So since I'm doing dramatic eyeshadow, I decided to keep her eyebrows real light. So you're going to notice as I'm outlining her eyebrows and filling them in, I'm being very gentle with the pencil just because I didn't want it to come off as too dark or too harsh. I want to get the brows as even as possible before I begin to fill them in, so that's why I went back in with the pencil. Now that they're pretty symmetrical, I'm going to start filling them in from the back and working my way to the front. And to fill them in, I'm using the same shade that I used to outline them, which was black brown. Before I clean up her eyebrows, I'm taking this I Envy clear eyelash glue and I'm just going to be brushing this through her eyebrows to smooth the hairs down. To mold the hairs down, I'm using the spoolie end of my eyebrow pencil, and I like to do this technique one eyebrow at a time just because I use a very small amount of glue. So since the amount is so small, the glue tends to dry very quickly, which is why I like to smooth them down right after the application. To clean up the brows, I'm taking my e.l.f. concealer along with my Nicka K concealer. First, I'm going in with my e.l.f. concealer, which was in the shade Medium Sand, and I'm using this to clean up underneath her arch. I'm only going to be taking this concealer halfway underneath her eyebrows. Then for the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom, I'm just going to be going in with that Nicka K concealer. Now that I'm finished carving out the bottom, I'm going to go in with a dense eyeshadow brush and use it to blend out these two concealers. Make sure that when you're finished blending out the concealers that you take whatever excess concealer is left on the brush and press it at the front of the brows just to make it nice and gradient. And now, as you can see, I'm following the same routine on the other side, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch. Now that both of the brows have been cleaned up, I'm going in with my Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm going to be pressing this at the front of her brows using a blending brush. And once that's finished, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. camo concealer. This is in the shade Fair Rose, and I'm using it as an eyeshadow primer, so I went ahead and applied it to her lids. Now I'm going in with this dense eyeshadow brush, and I'm using it to buff out this product. To start this eyeshadow off, I actually went in with the palette that I ordered from Shein. This is their Sheglam Smart Cookie palette, and this is what the color scheme looks like. I actually ended up taking the first two shades on the second row, and I'm going to be using them as my transition shades. So I mixed them together on my brush, and now I'm just applying them to the outer edge of her eye. And to press these eyeshadows on, I'm using a blending brush from Wet n Wild. I've never tried out Shein's makeup before this video, y'all. I didn't even know that Shein sold makeup until I was shopping on the site one day, and this palette just so happened to be in my suggestions, so I just had to go and click on it. I think it retails for about $7, but if you ask me, I really like this palette. As you can see, it's pretty pigmented and the colors are buildable. The only thing is it does have a lot of fallout, but that's fine. Now I'm going in with the darkest two shades out of the palette, and I'm going to be applying these directly to her crease. So I'm just packing them on using this dense eyeshadow brush, and then I'm going to go back in with the blending brush just to blend it into the first shade that we use. For her lids, I'm going in with this pressed metallic eyeshadow from JD Glow. I'm not sure of the shade name, y'all, because I ordered this like 3 years ago. I'm just finally using it. But I'm pressing this on her lids using this LA Colors eyeshadow brush. You can find the brand JD Glow Cosmetics on Instagram. Now I'm going in with my Bperfect Carnival XL palette, and I'm taking the shades Vex and Lights Out, and I'm using them to close up her lids. First I'm going in with the shade Vex, which is like a light gray shade, and I'm pressing it in the center of her eye and a little bit on top of that metallic shimmer shade. Now I'm taking the shade Lights Out, which is just a black eyeshadow, and I'm applying it to her crease. I'm going back in with a little bit more of that metallic eyeshadow, and I'm pressing it on top of Vex to further blend everything out. Taking a small amount of my e.l.f. concealer, and I'm pressing this in the inner corners of her eyes because I wanted them to pop. Now I'm just setting the concealer in place, and to do so I'm using a white eyeshadow. Last but not least, I'm going to line her eyes, and I'm using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner. I'm going back in with the black eyeshadow, and I'm using it to blend out the end of the liner. Decided that I wanted this look to have some glitter, so I'm taking my It's Me New York glitter, and it's in the shade Diamond, and I'm just going to be pressing this on top of the eyeshadow. I went in with an adhesive off camera, and that was it for the eyeshadow, y'all. I think it came out so pretty. But if you want to keep it as is without glitter, you can do that too. Y'all know I love me some glitter, so I just felt like I needed to go in with it. Moving on to the face, I went ahead and cleaned and moisturized her face off camera. Now I'm going in with my calamine lotion, and I'm using this to prime her skin. I'm going to be taking a damp Real Technique sponge, and I'm using it to press this product into her skin. I sped this part up because y'all see me do this in just about every video. For her foundations, I'm going in with these two Maybelline foundations in the shades Toffee Caramel and Spicy Brown. First, I'm taking Toffee Caramel, and I'm working this in the inner portions of her face. Then I'm taking Spicy Brown and applying it to the lower portions of her face. And to blend them together, I'm using this dense foundation brush. This brush is similar to the Sephora E47 brush, but I like to order mine off AliExpress for anybody that's wondering. And I'm just taking this brush and I'm tapping the foundation into her skin. I'm going over the foundation with my Real Technique sponge just to remove any excess product. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and I believe it's in the shade 03, and I also mixed it with a little bit of her foundation in the shade Toffee Caramel. To blend out the concealer, I'm going in with the same exact brush that I used to blend out her foundation, and I'm just tapping everything in place. I'm going to go ahead and contour her face, and to contour I'm using my Juvia's Place foundation stick. This one is in the shade Sokoto, and I'm blending this out using the same exact brush that I used to blend out the foundation and the concealer. Now I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the concealer under her eyes, and to do so I'm using my Real Technique sponge. To set the concealer in place, I'm going in with my Fit Me Press powder in the shade Golden Dore and my Morphe Loose powder in the shade Banana. First, I'm going in with the Fit Me powder, and I'm just pressing this into her face using my Real Technique sponge. Now I'm going in with my Morphe Loose powder, and I'm applying it right on top of the Fit Me. To set the contoured areas of her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance pressed powder, and it's in the shade Black Coffee. I made sure I was pretty light-handed with this because this product is very pigmented. So if you use it, just make sure you're being real gentle and that you don't have a heavy hand when it comes to picking it up, because it will leave a mark, okay? To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with another Fit Me pressed powder, and this one is in the shade Toffee. I'm going to begin working on her under eye, so I'm taking some black gel liner on a Q-tip and I'm just applying this to her waterline. I like to hold her eyes down using my Real Technique sponge and just lightly run it across her waterline because majority of my clients have sensitive eyes, so try to be as gentle as possible. Now I'm taking some black eyeshadow and I'm just running this across her lower lash line, and then I'm going to take some purple and go right in front of it. Look at her, y'all. She just knew she was cute. But now it's time to go in with lashes. I decided to take these big dramatic lashes from Shein. I told y'all it's Halloween and this look is cute, but it was getting real soft, and I told y'all I want to do something real dramatic. So since the eyeshadow wasn't too dramatic, I decided to go in with some extra dramatic lashes, and as y'all can see, these lashes definitely serve the purpose. Now, do I think this is an everyday type of lash? No ma'am, but I told y'all it's Halloween, okay? So I wasn't going for an everyday nothing, period. If you want to go in with smaller lashes, you most definitely can, but for the purpose of this video, we doing big blinks, okay? Big blinks make you big think, period. So now that the lashes are on, I'm going to be going in with the brush that I use for foundation, and I'm using it to press all of the powder into her skin. Now I'm just going to go ahead and spray her face with some setting spray, and once it's all sprayed and dried up, we're going to be going in with some highlighter. So to highlight her face, I like to use a champagne colored eyeshadow. I say this in just about every video, and I take it on the tip and the bridge of her nose, and now I'm just applying it to the high points of her face using this blending brush. Now it's time to get into these lips. So first I'm going to clean / moisturize her lips, and to do so I'm using my Pond's moisturizer, and I'm just taking it on a Q-tip. If you do this step, y'all, I promise it'll make the lipstick application so much easier. So first I'm going to be lining her lips, and I'm lining her lips using my JCats dark brown lip liner. I am doing an ombre lip. Y'all know I love ombre lips, so I'm going to outline the lips first, and then I'm going to go back in and fill in the edges. Every video I have on my channel is an ombre lip, so just expect that whenever you see me doing any type of look. But now I'm going in with this pink lip gloss. I got this from the beauty supply store. I have the brand name in the description box down below because for some reason it just slipped my mind. But I'm just focusing this in the center of her lips and then I'm gonna have her press her lips together to help blend the lip gloss into the liner. Once I'm finished blending out her lips, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be getting into the grand reveal, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch.
Okay, you ready to see? Oh, it's giving. It's giving me. I don't even hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Okay, queens, that's it for this tutorial. As y'all can see, this video was another success. She loved this look, and y'all already know I loved it as well. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. A link will be in the description box down below. Bye bye, queens.